Come
on. What's happening, people? United Central back with another video. This is podcast 100.
Let's go.
100. Can you believe, guys? I'm back with the brothers. You get me? We got man like Musa, who's just come in the building. Man like Musa, what are you telling me, bro?
Yo, what's happening, man? What's happening? What are you, man, saying?
I'm blessed, man. You get me? Alhamdulillah.
Big 100, yeah? We're saying the
big 100, man. Big 100, man. You get me? We're here. We're there. Whoa. What are you telling me, Flawless? You good, yeah?
Man. Yeah, man, I'm good. Blessed for having, man. I'm glad to be on the 100th one, you get me? And all the ones I've been on before, much appreciated. My apologies to the people. It's my fault that we are slightly late. Apologies. Late night, man. Man out here trying to secure transfer deals, you feel me? And that's what it is.
That's it, man. Secure the back.
Yeah, but I'm trying to secure the back. I'm trying, man. I'm trying, innit? You get what I'm saying? Try not to be like Woodward out here. You get me? And secure
I'm telling you. We got man like Manny in the building as well. What are you telling me from Fake Football for TV? What are you telling me, bro? You good?
Yes, bro, man. I'm blessed, man. Love for having me on, man. I appreciate it, man. The debut last week was sick, bruv. Man still got butterflies from that. And then you got me on the 100th one, bruv. You get me? Landmark. Come on, man. 100 down, 100 more to go, and 100 more forever and ever, man.
Listen, man. Inshallah, 100 more to go. You get me? It's a special occasion. You know what I mean? This podcast 100 is sponsored by the One Football app. Please go check it down below. Link will be in the description below. Go download it. You know what I mean? All your latest football news. You get me? As you can see right there, transfers, you name it, videos, all the latest news. Go check it out there. One Football app. I mean, one of the best apps I'm using right now. So go check it out there. Download the link in the description below. And yeah, man, we're good to go, man. You say, man. But yeah, man, the title of this video is New Cult Hero, Al Matador. You feel me? Like, I don't know if you might want to start singing with me and that yet, but I was on a wave last night. I was singing.
You know what? That song you're by yourself. That song you by yourself.
El Matador. Yo, what are you telling me, man? El Matador.
Now he turned up because a lot of people was doubting, was he on it? Was it a panic buy? Was it like, can he still score the goals? You know what I'm saying? Like, should we put Martial out on the left? Should we keep him up front? All of that. There was a lot of questions that he had to answer because obviously, and think about it, he's hearing all of this. He's come there, like he hasn't played football for nearly a year. He's injury prone. He must be thinking, "Raw, man's really doubting what I'm about and what I've done." So for him to come, turn up, and then produce in a game where at halftime, like for me, I was ready to switch off the TV at halftime.
Trust me, absolutely, man. Spot on, man. You get me? Make sure, guys, you smash a like on the video as you come in. You get me? And share this video, please. You get me? This is a special 100 podcast. You get me? Thanks for the brothers for coming on. Flawless, man. What are you telling me, bro? Man like Al Matador, are you on that train right now? Are you feeling the vibe? Are you feeling, you get me, the celebrations? You get me? How are you feeling today, man?
1000%. I'm gassed, obviously, about a win. There's not normally much better than a comeback win also, but I knew he was going to come back. If you go check my tweets, Manny tweeted me when we was 2-0 down. I tweeted something and Manny was like, we're not going to come back or something like that. And I said, we're going to win this game 3-2. And the reason why I knew we was going to win the game is because we were creating chances before they scored both their goals, and afterwards as well. If you look at the chances we had, Greenwood had a couple chances. Bruno should have scored on the follow-up of Greenwood's chance. Rashford should have passed the ball to Cavani. Bruno hit the post, if I remember correctly. Because normally a lot of Manchester United games we're not creating chances, but the fact we're creating so many chances, I'm like, these are there for the taking. And Cavani came on and did what he was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And we even wasted more chances when we went 3-2 up. So yeah, I knew go check my tweets. I said it, we're gonna win this game 3-2. Because they're a bang average side. They are bang average, and it's shown. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm fully on the Cavani train, man. Like, he changed the game. And props to Ollie for bringing him on at halftime.
100%, man. 100%. We've got Ronald Jacob here with a super chat. He goes, Side, you and Adam said before you don't want Ronaldo back at the club next season. Now you know age doesn't matter. Imagine Rashford on the left, Cavani up top, and Ronaldo on the right with Martial on the bench. Bloody hell, this is nostalgia FC, man.
Bro, that's why I laughed, bruv. How can you have Martial on the bench, bruv?
Come on, man. You know what I mean? I understand where he's coming from. Manny, but You know what I mean? I think we're trying to look forward, man. You know what I'm saying? I think Cavani makes sense because it was free buy. You know what I mean? It's not the ridiculous wages. You're not talking about a bumper 6-figure contract. You know what I mean? It makes sense right now. Surely Cavani, you know what I mean? Ronaldo makes sense. You know what I mean? Right now. But how you feeling, man? Cavani, that winner. How do you assess the whole game, man, for you? Where were your emotions at in that whole game?
Boy, first off, yeah, I'd lost it, bruv. The way I was tweeting, yeah, I'd given up.
Finished.
I would given up. I had given up. I was like, because you know what? When we started, and I think for the first like 20 minutes, we're playing all right, and then it took Southampton 20 minutes to figure us out, and that was it. We were done. They were on top of us. Do you know what I mean? There was like a 7-minute spell where obviously they scored from the corner, and I think 10-minute spell where they scored from the corner, and obviously the free kick where we couldn't get out of our box. We couldn't get out of our half. They were on top of us, but then you know what? Yeah, like even though we were creating chances, I was just looking at like, these chances, we're not going to finish them today. You know, Rashford was doing. He does this thing where he gets the ball. Yeah, instead of him to pass, Tellez was open on so many occasions. Pass, let Tellez whip it in. My man's trying to cut through like 5 players. Like it don't make sense to me, man. It don't make sense. But then when Oli did that halftime substitution, I was like, wow, okay, let's see how this goes. And the moment Cavani touched pitch, he was different. His movement, everything, and he got 2 goals from it. 2 goals and assist, I believe. I believe he set up Bruno, didn't he? Yeah. He set up Bruno for his goal. Do you know what I mean? And he probably could have got more. But my brother tweeted me and was like, "Yo, this game reminds me of the Villa game in I think it was 2012, yeah, where Hernandez came on and just literally took the piss. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I was happy, man. And like from the moment I remember when Cavani came, I think it was against Newcastle or Chelsea. I think it was Chelsea where his first touch could have been a goal, innit? I think from that moment, yeah, I was listening. I was like, yo, Cavani needs to start for us. He's sick. Like, but unfortunately, now he might get a ban, but I'm hoping he doesn't.
Well, we're going to discuss that in a minute. We've got Ronald Jacob here, says Martial on the bench because he can replace Rashford or Cavani if someone had a bad day. Pogba swap for Ronaldo, done deal, wages only spent, which we can do.
I love Ronaldo.
Someone in the free seat, someone in
players of all time.
Someone in the
but let it go, man.
Yeah, go on. Sorry, now someone in the free seat said that Imran said that he left a comment saying that Noradin's gonna enter this chat like the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, we never know people. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I've told him to come on, but honestly, you get me. He's got a lot of charity work at the minute. You know what I mean? You just got to give him time. And when he's available, he will be available. But
a lot of the comments are saying Martial on the bench. What do you guys think about it? Why do you think people think Martial, Rashford over Martial?
I don't know, man. What are you guys?
People don't know how to. It's like, I don't know what it is on social media with certain United fans that he can't just be a fan of all players of the club. Like Cavani's just come on, change the game. We've come from 2-0 down. He scored a brace and set one up. Yeah. And people are talking about how Martial's not a proper centre forward. Like, what's that got to do with what's going on currently? You get what I'm saying? And that's a conversation for a whole of a day. Why can't we enjoy the moment? People got to critique there. Why are you talking about Martial not being a proper centre forward when we've just come from 2-0 down? You know
why do we do this, though? Why do we do this?
Because people are Egypt. That's why, man. People are Egypt and not everybody deserves the platform.
As well. The Pogba as well. There was a lot of Pogba talk saying
Pogba's not even in the squad, and people are talking about Pogba's got nothing. Enjoy Donny van der Beek and Bruno's performances. Enjoy that attacking performance. The fact that we created so many chances. Like, not only did we score 3 goals, we could have scored. If we would have scored 5 or 6 that game, there would have been no complaints. We created some clear-cut chances, and that's been my main problem with Manchester United under Oli. Is a lot of the time we're playing matches and not creating chances. So the fact that we're creating chances makes me happy. Because that means if we didn't win the game, our strikers didn't do what they were supposed to do. But yet people just want to complain, man. People want perfect football, perfect attacking football, everybody to play 10 out of 10, the midfield to be absolutely cold, the defense to not concede any chances. They're here to save every football. Don't work like that. Sorry to let people know in it. It don't work like that.
And I feel like even the Cavani assist, I feel like why Martial does so well when he's on the left and why he always assists players is that when you're a striker, like a proper striker, and you know how to finish, you know where the striker wants it. That's why when Martial's on the left, he's always giving the balls that Rashford and whoever else needs to finish. And Cavani done the same thing when he came up from the right and he assisted Bruno yesterday. He knows where the strikers are, where they're going to be. The thing with Rashford, he's not a proper number 9. So when he's on the wing, and he's not, I don't even know if he's a winger. When he's on the wing, he's just He's not really giving it to man where you need it. He's either banging it or it's like a scatty ball. Like that's why we always get upset because his final ball is always problematic. And I just feel like that's because is he a winger? Is he a striker? It's like he doesn't really know. He's in between. So I don't know, man.
And just to respond to that comment, because man said, no one's an idiot here. Some people are idiots. No. Everyone can have an opinion, but that means everyone deserves a platform and everyone deserves to be heard. If you support a team, support the team. You get me? Why, when Manchester United have just won, are people talking about? Why are people criticizing players who are not playing at that moment in time? Yeah. I don't understand that. To me, that you are an idiot at that point. I'm not saying you specifically. I'm saying if you do that at that point, that's nothing personal to do. It's nothing personal. You're just idiotic at that moment. Support the team. We just won 3-2. Why are you not celebrating?
We never had that. Who's better? Is it Cole? Is it York?
Never.
Is it Sharon?
No.
Is it? We never had that.
Never.
This new generation. It's different.
But it's a lot. That's what I said. There's a lot of stands there, Manny, isn't there? A lot of fan accounts. There's a lot of people saying, you know what I mean. There's a lot of FCs and all that. I understand. You know what I mean? When I say it as well, I can't really say that, but mine is more against the manager because I feel like Bruno has been the linchpin in the Man United team. Yes, the manager signed him, but he's been the main vocal point. But what I don't like is comparing the teams together, like players together, like Bruno, Pogba. You know what I mean? I rather enjoy them both. That's why I rate Pogba. I rate Bruno.
Yeah, do you know what? Yeah, like I jumped on Flawless' channel yesterday, and like obviously I brought up the whole Fred, Donny van der Beek, and Bruno. It looked well. It worked well together, and I said, okay. The next thing I want to see is Pogba in the team now. Where is he going to fit? And the question I put out is I don't know where he's going to fit. Do you know what I mean? But I'm not going to compare the two and say one is better than the other. I would love to have all four of them on the pitch at the same time. I think it would be well. I think it will work well, but it's just about getting them onto the pitch to work well together. And like with other people who come out and say, do you know what? Yeah, Pogba should go. We don't need him. We've got Bruno, or Bruno's better than Pogba, or this person's better than this person. We shouldn't be doing that. Like Flawless said, we shouldn't be comparing players together. But I really do think that problem stems from the media. I think it stems from the likes of Roy Keane and Pogba. Like, I was like, I said on Flawless, I was like, Roy Keane, shut up, bruv. Like, how he's talking about Cavani. Cavani just put in a 10 out of 10 performance. And at the end of the game, he wasn't ready to come on. I didn't like when he was wearing his boots. How can you not have the same boots? He needs to be prepared. And I'm like, bruv, keep quiet. Shut up, man. My man just put in a 10 out of 10 performance. He just won us the game, just brought 3 points home, Instead of you just clap and be like, you know what? Well done, mate. You're talking about, you're criticizing him because he didn't have his boots on. But then he scored. He scored with the boots that he went to change anyway. 2 goals and an assist. Do you know what I mean?
Manny,
and I think that's where it's... Sorry, but
go on. That's because people want to complain. That's why. Certain Manchester United fans, there's a section of Manchester United fans who just want to complain regardless. No matter what happens in it. I've seen us win 5-0 and see fans complain online. 5-0. That's man have complained.
And like when you got our legends like Roy Keane, post goals, do you know what I mean? When you got
talking about De Gea the other day.
So when you got them, I don't know, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like when you got them coming out here to criticize players, a lot of our fan base just want to follow the legends. Oh, he was a legend of the club. Let him. That's why Oli gets this pass right now because he was a legend at the club. But if it was any other manager, when it was Jose, it was a problem. Do you know what I mean? So it's just like people doing what's this thing? Don't know how to like just following follow the leader. Do you know what I mean? Follow the leader, follow
Johnny
the leader.
D,
That's what everyone's doing right now. And sometimes you need to
Johnny D's a mad one.
You get me? Take off the shades and look properly. You get me? See it with your own eyes. Like analyze the game with your own eyes. Do you know what I mean? That's what I have to say about it.
The thing about Pogba that just makes me laugh. Like someone.
Look at the comment there, though. Johnny D. Shout out to Johnny D. But it's like, is that relevant right now, though? Like, you don't need to bring that up. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand Johnny D, man.
That's a prime example of what I'm talking about. I don't know if that's his first comment, but that's the first comment you put up. United won 3-2 yesterday, and he's talking about Pogba.
What are you talking about Pogba for?
Even when McTominay came out this weekend saying that what Pogba does for the team, even when he's injured, not playing, like in the dressing room, how he gasses man, how he tells man like you're on levels, you can do it. It's more than that. But he's a virus. We see the same thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna get on to Pogba for that though. Don't be telling McTominay he's levels, bruv.
Here's the thing though, Musa. If McTominay came out and said, yo, Pogba's an issue, he's a problem, he does this and that, that's national news. If he comes out and criticizes him and says, "Yo, Pogba's an issue. He's a virus. He's bad to have around the dressing room. He's bad for morale." That's all we're talking about in today's video. But McTominay comes out and praises him, and I didn't know that until you've just told me.
I didn't know.
It's true.
Let me just read this super chat out. He goes, Ronald Jacob goes, Martial is better on the left, not on CF. Cavani makes better runs than Martial. I want to talk about Pogba. We have waited for the man for 4 years. I just want us to be the best. I cried last night on the win.
I love that emotion. I love that emotion.
No, 100%. That's facts, man. And you know what? We respect that. But I just don't like the kind of for me, what I don't get is, and by the way, we've got over 200 people in this video. Please smash a like on the video. We got my like Boss Birds is coming in the chat right now. Yo, Boss Birds, what are you telling me, bro?
I got my Jeezy. Big up, everyone. There.
Yo, big up.
Boss man, right, Mazza. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
sorry,
man.
Royalty in the building.
Out here, innit? Yo, it's mad, innit? I'm a big Meridian fan, innit? So to see you on here is just mad, innit? It just threw me off and that. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying, man? Salute, G.
Come on, man. It's all love. It's all love.
I love that shit.
Come on. But yeah, man, Bossman, you know what? We'll get you on there, Bossman Birds. You know what I mean? We're talking about Cavani and the fact that, there's a lot of comparisons with Martial. Are you one of them just enjoy them both? Or are you thinking, right, Martial, sit back, mate? You know what I mean? You're not having any time right now.
You know what? A good manager will rotate them well. I think when you deep it, sometimes you can bring a Martial on. Cavani's more experienced than for me, you know what I'm saying? But Martial will add that you can rotate him because some games Cavani's not going to be up for it because of his legs, you know what I'm saying? And in some games, so you can start Martial and maybe then bring Cavani on or just swap it around, you know what I mean? Because Martial sometimes comes on and he can hold up the ball so well. He makes these little runs where once he goes in the box, someone's going to bring him down, and you might need that in the final third of a game, rather than starting him and he's not as effective some games. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I found that I hate referring back in the day, but that's what I used to find that Fergie was perfect at. He knew when to play certain man and when to tell the star boys to sit down and when to play the big boy. You know what I mean? But I think this is what if my man's going to stick around, which it looks like he's going to, this is what he's going to have to figure out how to do. He's going to have to figure out how to rotate these type of players. I did say before this game, sorry to keep rambling, but I did say before this game that he should start. But then Martial picked up the injury before. But I said he should try the Martial, Rashford, and Cavani thing. You know what I'm saying?
If we do the diamond, though, who's the two that you're taking up front?
If we're going to play up front.
Yeah, if we're doing the diamond like yesterday, and we're playing two players up front. Who are we taking up front?
I'd say
in this diamond formation.
I'd say that would be a rotation between Rashford and Martial. Like remember before where he was rotating those two, yeah, and one was coming. It's basically like they were trying to beat each other to see who's going to come in and score, and it was you know what I mean? Like they had that little inside competition between one another. No matter what, for me, Cavani's a better finisher than both of them. And once he gets up to speed with the game, you've got.
What did you make of him yesterday? Did you expect that? Because I've expected this. I called for Cavani in January. I called for him in January. People laughed at me, said he's lost his pace. He don't know what he's doing. You know what I mean? He's old. Listen, quality shines, man. Quality is a difference.
No, I did not see the Cavani thing at all. I didn't call it or nothing. But you see them type of man there. Cavani's from the old school. Yeah, he's from that old school striker. You get what I'm saying? And you see, even the goals he scored, that's an old school striker thing. That's not even a new school thing. Where it's like,
that's the old school thing.
It's our show now. We taking over in that. You know what I'm saying? This is our show.
Hijacking your thing, boy. You get me?
It had to come out and that. Quickly had to come out. What are you telling me?
I think he's an old school striker. You're not going to get them goals there from a Rashford or even a Martial. You're not going to get them type of goals there. Those were them old school poaching goals. You know what I'm saying? And that's what United's missed. We used to have that with Van Nistelrooy. Someone that can do a bad boy run and bang in a goal, but also he's greedy in the box. Wants that. He's hungry in the box. You know what I'm saying? He's got that clinicalness about him. Rashford's not clinical enough. For me, I rate Rashford.
Yeah, he's not, man. For me, I'm starting like Martial and Cavani up front. you know, all the time and putting Greenwood and Martial and Greenwood and Rashford on the bench.
100%. I think Greenwood shouldn't be starting anyway. No disrespect to him. I think he's phenomenal last season. But I think you got to bring Greenwood on like toward like 70 minutes. Rest your players. Keep your players fresh. Rest them. Pull a man off. If a man's vexed, he's got to go. But it's going to give us that freshness. That's what I think. I don't know. I don't want to say Liverpool. Liverpool kind of done that certain times because I see them pulling off, bringing on when they first bought Shaqiri. When they first and they had Chamberlain and them guys there. You're able to rotate, pull these players off, keep your players fresh because you're going to end up playing Fulham.
Facts.
And then you're going to need fresh players for Fulham and these teams. You know what I'm saying? But one thing we got to understand is that United team is not as good as it sounds on paper. It's not. No. On paper, it looks so sick. And then when you go to and you get to the game, you realize, oh shit, Lindelof, fuck, forgot about him. Then you realize it becomes a sharp reality. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to diss these man, because I know I'm going to bump into these youths at some period of time. You know what I'm saying? But it's more like, you know what I mean? But it's more of a thing. I just look and I think, I really hope that they understand the opportunity that they have, and they've got to on some Ronaldo thing. You know, my brother just said to me yesterday, he said, the reason why Bruno has come in and is moving so wicked, and even Jota, has come in and is moving so wicked, is because they play with a man who's serious about ball for their national team. Them man there are looking up to Ronaldo on the next thing. And if you see how Bruno's got that, he's got that leadership thing what Ronaldo's kind of got since he left United. You know what I'm saying? Like, the man, like, and they play with him. So that's why Bruno's coming. Even though Bruno might fuck up sometimes, none of the players have touched Bruno since he's come. None of them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So and for me that comes from like when you're taking the game seriously, blood. And I don't think all our players that we've got, I don't think if you look at their lifestyles, they don't really take the game totally 100% serious. I think they turn up to training. You know what I'm saying? I think they've got they're athletic. They've been training. They're doing all that stuff. But when it comes to actually focusing on the game, watching your performance, critiquing your own performance to come back again, like I don't think they do it, because you can see it in like when we have a poor game and then you watch another game and then they're poor again. It's like, well, go on, but I've seen you do a madness. So why can't you get back to that level? Do you know what I'm saying? Like the inconsistency shows me you're not as hungry or serious, or you don't want to be a legend in this football world. Fuck Man United. You don't want to be a legend in this football world. That's what annoys me. The players that we had before, even man like Gary Neville, he wasn't even the best player, far from it, at the right back. But he wanted to be a legend. You know what I'm saying? You know, the players we had before, they wanted to be legends, bro. But I don't think that we've got many men that want to be legends in the club today.
Yeah, is that what? You know what I mean? Flawless. You know what I mean? In terms of the win yesterday, how big of a win was it, man? Yesterday, man.
Oh, it was a massive win, considering the running that we've got coming up. If you look at the fixture list, if we would have lost, I always say this all the time, that Ollie is always 2 or 3 bad results away from being under immense pressure. Even when we were 2-0 down at halftime, social media was in a mess. Half the fan base already wants him out. It is already split. So if we would have lost that game, that already adds pressure to the PSG game and then the game after that. So it's like that win, I think, was imperative. I think for morale as well. You get what I'm saying? Because it's kind of like, here we would have gone again. For morale, I think it's major, and it gives everyone a boost. And like I said, a comeback win is such a morale boosting win to do it in that fashion. And it goes to show the quality's there, number one. And number two, the players haven't given up on him. So that's how I'm looking at it. Like, I'm gassed because I hate dealing with social media when United loses. It's the worst. You get what I'm saying? You see how Arsenal fans are getting it now. You know what I'm saying? I even got onto them getting it. Like, Arsenal fans are going to get it. I'm going to get onto Arsenal fans. You feel me?
The best left wing back in the world, bruv. The most expensive left wing back in the world, should I say?
Oh yeah, man. Serious, the most expensive left wing back. You know what I'm saying?
It's mad. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? Also, we're gonna bring it to you again now. I mean, you know what I mean? There's a lot of people saying now, believe in the manager. You know what I mean? We're doing well at the minute now. We're a couple of points off title talk right now at the minute. Where do you see this one? Because it's a tricky one for me, because the league's been poor. Has Ollie made this team look good, or is the rest of the league that poor, the standards at the minute, where everyone's just losing games? You know what I mean? How do you sum up where Man United at the minute? Because it's kind of a weird feeling where we're only you know what I mean, not far off the top 4 We really are far as top 4.
Yeah, I think like Man United right now, we're still at that individual brilliance, man. I think we saw it under Jose
Say it again,
Mourinho.
man. Say it louder. Say it louder,
individual
man.
brilliance, man, because we saw it at times with Jose Mourinho where the tactics were poor, but then for the shirt or for their own, like their own, for themselves, the players used to just pull it out. And I feel like with Oli, we've all come to the conclusion he's not the man to win us the league, but he was the man to bring back a certain type of culture to United, a certain type of understanding to the club. And I think since he's done that, am I still on?
Yeah, he's still on. He's still on.
Since he's brought back the culture and he's brought back the understanding, it's different, obviously, from what Jose did. But I just feel like he can't take us to the next level. Like, example, why a lot of fans now are a bit upset with Bruno, they get upset with Bruno, is because a man like Bruno does whatever he wants. Like, he doesn't have discipline on the pitch at United. And we know he's an excellent player. But do you think he can do that in a Pep team or Klopp? You see how they blast their players for being out of position? Yeah. On the field, man, run on the touchline and start. You see Pep starts moving, move your butt, like he's on it. So Bruno to be playing defensive, he comes, picks up the ball, runs here, he runs all over the place. And then before you know it, he's knackered and then he's putting in bad performances. And then like Martial, like we said, he does those little mad moves in the box, gets a penalty, who steps up from Bruno. We're not saying he's crap, he can't do more than that. He can. But with a manager who can tactically put him in the right positions, tell him to stay in a certain place and get the best out of him, would see a much better Bruno. Why? Because Bruno was doing this at Sporting Lisbon. If you look at his stats before he came to Man United, he's been doing this in a poorer league. But what we're saying now, you've come here, how are you going to up your game? Can Solskjaer take Bruno to the next level? Can he take Pogba? Pogba's played, like I said, I think he's played about 17 games in the last 2 seasons. In the last 2 years, the Breaders played like 17 games. We're not judging Pogba on his last full season. If we judge him on his last full season, he's top goal scorer, top assist, is in a PFA team of the season. That's Pogba's last season. He was the only player outside of City and Liverpool to get into the PFA team of the season. That's picked by all the other players. Since then, he's played 17 games in the Premier League, injured. He hasn't had a full game. And then again, when people are comparing, for us to stand here and say, "Rah, Bruno has taken over the mantle," he has to reach those stats that Pogba reached in his last full season to say that, yeah, he's come, because he was the top goal scorer, top assist in the PFA team of the season. When Bruno comes and scores 17 goals in a season and has 11 assists, then we can say that he's taken over that mantle, because my man's telling you, put me in my position, this is what I want to do for you. Take me out of my position, I can't do that for you. So I feel like we just have to find the balance of how we're going to get these players who can perform, because like I said, Pogba's last full season, he showed us he'll bang in 16, 17 goals in all competition, and he'll give us 11, 12 assists in all competition, and can make the PFA team of the season right next to De Bruyne. So we have to see how we're going to get the best of a man that can do that in a full season with a man like Bruno, who's come in and he hasn't hit those numbers yet, but he's having his bursts and he's going to give us his first full season, and we're going to see if he can surpass those numbers. Because if he doesn't surpass those numbers, then what are we saying? Who's the best in that position? That's just my thing.
You know what? Yeah, you see this Pogba argument. Yeah, I'm a big Pogba fan. You know, don't get it twisted. I
say it.
From when he ducked out, from when I rated him, he ducked out that he said, "Yo, you're not playing me. I got to," you know what I mean? It's a mistake on Fergie's behalf, and then my nephew not signing him. Fergie made a couple errors in his time, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. But what I will say is this: is that you see when you got like a cousin that's just doing a mad thing. Your cousin doing a mad thing, and you're telling everyone like, no, it what? Trust me, man. He's good food. He's good for it. He's cool. He's cool. The cousin keeps doing the mad thing. And it's after a while, it's like, you know, you can't even really, I can't keep really speaking for you anymore. You get me? Like, I had this little bit of a debate with Rance about this a little bit. Like, I fuck with Pogba heavy, but the problem for me is that he's not applying himself, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that is why you're allowing someone like Bruno to come in and remember, you know, see this football thing. Football's fickle, you know. Don't get it twisted. Football's fickle. Like, man will love you today and then hate you tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer knows about that differently, yeah. And if you're not going to if you're not gonna put your all into a situation, which we all know Pogba's not putting his all into a situation. We know this because he doesn't really enjoy maybe how he's being played. Maybe he's fed up with the weather. Maybe he's fed up with the media. Whatever it is, yeah. Maybe he's seeing his brethren around in PSG, or he's seeing Memphis Depay is making rap tunes and he's cool and all the like. Maybe he's thinking, yo, I can do a bit more than this. This United badge ain't as one away as it used to be. Remember when you was when you was playing for Man United when he first was there, that was it. Man United make anybody a star. Do you know what I'm saying? But now you're seeing players in other teams look great. You know what I'm saying? Like look greater than certain Man United players. And that is just, this is why I feel we're not getting the best out of Pogba, because he's not showing his best side, and I can't defend him any much more.
Do you know why we can't defend him though? In the last 45 Premiership games, in the last 45, he's only played 17 because he's been injured. So out of 45
really up. Say that again.
In the last 45 Premier League games, he's only played 16, 17 of them because he's injured. Right. Not because he can't apply himself, not because he's not on it, he's just injured. That's the first thing. So if we take those games away and go back to when he wasn't injured and he was on it, he was our top goal scorer, top assist. The last season we can judge Pogba on, he was doing bits. So 100%. We can only judge him when he's not injured. My thing is this, the media, you know my thing is, the media is forcing us, man, to judge him while he was injured. How are we going to judge him when he's injured? Because my thing is this, let's not judge him when he was injured, because he's been injured, yeah? Let's go back to when he was not injured. Like, we can only judge a man when he's like 100%, not even 100, just not injured. So let's take this season away, because he obviously came back from injury and he obviously had the virus. Let's go back to last season where he only played 13 games in the Premier League because of injury. What are we judging him on?
That's dope, bro.
Let me say, I'm judging a man on this. I'm judging a man based on how you perform when you come back from injury. You know what I'm saying? You see, when I see Harry Kane,
that was after COVID. Remember, after COVID, he came back after injury. Remember that, yeah?
Fair enough, but you see those games that you're mentioning. Let's not act like Pogba was lighting up all before when he was fit and he was giving us good performances. Let's not act like he was giving us consistent big performances. Pogba was,
but the team wasn't consistent. The problem is the team's not consistent. But yet, in a dead Man United team, all the Premier League players voted for him to be in a PFA team of the season. In a dead team.
You know what? Them man go raving together. Them man are.
I'm not.
So what? Hear me? I'm not disputing that Pogba's not quality, you know. But what I'm saying to you here is that the Pogba I see, regardless of the players he's got around him, the Pogba that I see play for France is not the Pogba that we're getting at
I hear you. I want to.
It's a mix of things, though. It is a mix of things, though. That's what we have to realize. It's a mix of things. It's not just one thing, in it. It's not just one thing.
You know what I've said? When we had Ibrahimovic in the team, Pogba's performances was different. So when Pogba has done that he respects in the team, he performs on a bad thing. Yeah, and this
is Cavani, that type of man.
So it's like I will judge, and as I said, I'm a man. I'm not dissing Pogs. I think Pogs is a madman, and I think maybe he's not we're not seeing the best of him because he hasn't got quality around him like that. But what I'm saying is, I just want to see a man try more. You get me? Because there's certain games I look at Pogba and I think, what are you doing, bro? And he's not injured. There's certain games I look, I think, brother, what are you doing? Like, don't, because I'll look at
bro, he tries, man. There ain't no game, bruv. For me personally, I ain't seen the game yet that Pogba hasn't worked his socks off. But the problem is, everyone around him is as crap as he is, but he's still trying, bruv. Pogba's up and down every game.
Yeah, man. I'm not saying he don't try. I'm saying it's a mix of things. Do I believe the criticism of him is over the top from certain people? 1,000%. Does he always help himself with some of his performances and stuff he says off the pitches? No. The fact that he's playing out of position, get me, doesn't help. But people seem to overlook that. He's the only player who's expected to perform at a world-class level playing out of position, which to me is crazy. Like, that's not the quality around him is not the best. But because of the quality he possesses, there's times where there's times where he's played and he's been in a poor Manchester United side and he's shone above everyone. You look at the Watford game, for instance. There's certain games that you can pinpoint and you're like, you was the best player on the pitch. And that's what we kind of looking from him. But like I said, it's a mix of things.
And
the manager's not good enough either.
People don't actually know. I don't think people actually watch Pogba at Juventus because I think like 2 seasons before he came back here. That's when I started watching him at Juventus because he won the Golden Boy thing, innit? But then when we signed him, a lot of our fan base were more like, they're probably expecting Pogba to come and do the post goals thing, the Carrick thing, the Roy King thing. That's not him. That's not him. So you don't know the player. You don't know what type of player he is, and then you're judging him.
So what is it?
His best season at Juventus when everybody wanted to buy him. The brother banged in 6 goals. That's not him.
What is he?
You know what I'm saying? That's not him. You know Pogba.
What is Pogba? Because you know what
Pogba is what Pogba is in terms of that he's a high quality midfielder in terms that operates in the latter part of the midfield. So what Pogba is in his best season, Pogba is a man that will score you 16 goals and give you 12 assists.
No, but
if you do that,
We're gonna cut the Pogba talk because you get me. We're gonna focus on Cavani. No, man. Listen, we're gonna cut the Pogba talk because I want to focus on Cavani. Obviously, the comments have come out to that yesterday. The story. I think we're gonna talk about this because I think it's an educational point of view. I don't know if you might have seen the comments. I'll start with you, Manny. What do you make of the comments on the story? Obviously, the Grito. I don't know if you've researched it. Does anyone know the actual research of the word?
Bro,
because there's a lot of variations going on right now.
Yeah, that's what it is. Do you know what? Yeah, like when I saw it, because obviously I followed Cavani yesterday after that 2 goals. I was like, yep, you deserve a follow, innit? So I followed him, and then obviously I was getting through stories, and then I saw it. I was like, wow, this is a bit mad, you know. So obviously, but the first thing I did is I didn't even chat about it. I went to go and slap that word in Google, and I was like, Uruguay, and look for like the English translation and that. But like you said there, when it comes up with like different variants of translations and that. But the one thing I will say is that it seemed to have like a positive meaning to it, that word itself. But the problem is, if you look at it, the moment you see it, you're like, wow, what's man trying to say? Like it makes you irate. You know what I'm saying? So for me personally, I was like, do you know what? Once I knew what the translation meant and stuff, I was like, I can't talk too much about it for 2 things. One, like I don't know like what context he was talking about, but they see me he was just thanking his boy. And then number 2, I don't even know the language in it. And like we've seen it with we're going back to Pogba anyways, but we've seen it with Pogba in it. Like he would say something in French and the English media, they went to translate it, and then he got us United fans worked up. But then certain people came out and said, no, that's not what it actually means. This is what he was saying. Do you know what I mean? But like you said, I think it's an educational thing. I don't think it's a thing where people can come out and say, he's being racist. I'm not saying the word isn't racist, but you can't come out and say he's being racist just because it's been used. One, like I said, translation is very key. Do you know what I mean? But it's an educational thing. But I wouldn't want him to get banned, but he's going to get banned because Suarez got banned for it 10 years ago or so. He was being racist then. Bernardo Silva...
I think it was the context, though. I think it was the context.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the context of translation. Do you know what I mean? That's what I say. Suarez was being racist then, innit? But I think the way it was aimed like towards someone. But I think the way the media are gonna like, or not even just the media, like the FA are gonna look at it.
Yeah, of course.
Like,
obviously with everything going on in a minute.
They're gonna have to slap him the ban.
Flawless, what you say with this situation? Obviously, you get me. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I just feel like you get me. For me, the education is more key than the actual ban. You know what I mean? I think we're more looking at let's get a ban straight away. You know what I mean? Without even educating the man. You know what I'm saying? Of listen, this is our culture. This is what we do right here. You know, we don't say these kind of words. You know what I'm saying? Even though you might mean it in a different way. You know what I mean? People can what's the word I'm looking for? Can see it in a context where they could be like, rah, this guy said basically the N word. You know what I mean? In Spanish. You know what I'm trying to say to you. So where do you look at it from your standpoint?
You mentioned it there. I don't know the full story on it because I've not looked into it. So that's why I can't talk too much onto it. But context is key. So like what he said and how he said it is very key in the situation. I don't speak Spanish. So I wouldn't know. even if it was super offensive, say he was right out and out saying the N-word, I wouldn't know because I don't speak Spanish and I don't pay attention to the media with these type of things. So the best thing for me to do is for people to research it, see exactly what he got said, and make sure speak to someone who talks Spanish. I'm sure Aaron talks Spanish.
Aaron hopefully will be coming on in a bit.
Yeah, he'll be able to tell us exactly what he said and the context in which it is said. And no, should he be saying the N-word? No, I would say it's careless on his part. Like, surely someone around him will say, like, you can't say this because of this, this, and that. Whether he meant it offensive or not, I don't know Cavani's personally. I don't know if he's ever done anything like this before. So I don't know if this is part of his nature. I've never heard that he said anything like that. But like I said, it's from a cultural standpoint. Maybe where he's from, this is said on a regular basis. And for him to put that out on his Instagram post tells you that it's said on a regular basis, so I can't say it's right or it's wrong. I need to look further into it. But context is key.
Yeah, man. Big up, man. You know what I'm trying to say to you. What were you saying there, Bossman Birds? You know what I mean? It's a bit of a mad one at the minute. You feel me? Like, I just don't understand what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, it's blown out. Obviously, it's going to be blown out of proportion because this is what we're dealing with right now. You know what I mean? But how do you see it? Obviously, you get me. Like, how do you see it from your point of view?
You know, that's that. Like, for all the guys that's watching this now, and actually like me, don't take this personal. But how I look at this is, Cavani's what, 33, 34?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, 33, 34.
He's played in France for a big part of his career. Where was he before that?
Oh, wow.
Spain.
Italy, Napoli.
Yeah.
So he's played in these places where these are racial. There's racial tensions in these places when it concerns black man. Yeah. Whether it's something that he uses locally, whether it's something that's cool in his ends or whatever the case may be, that's neither here nor there to me. You're 33-year-old man. I can imagine that you just rating your brethren and whatnot. But really and truly, you're supposed to know that, especially at this time that we're in, with this whole, with the racial thing under the microscope, even more so. You're supposed to know that that's not really a move that you should have made. I respect the fact he's apologized. I respect the fact that he's tried to explain it where, you know, this is just my culture and how we speak in my culture. But to be honest, Uruguayan man ain't known for being very friendly to black men anyway in them type of regions. No disrespect. I just keep it funky. I'm not here to sugarcoat or whatever. I like Cavani. I don't think he was being racist. No. What I think is that he's probably brought up in a racist, somewhat in a bit of a racist society. Being a footballer, he understands that ain't gonna run. But I think that was a mistake on his behalf where he should have thought about that more. So it's an error on his behalf, and them type of things. Then maybe social media ain't for you. Then if you don't realize that saying that word in a big platform like that, you're at Man United, you was at PSG before that, you play with a lot of black players. I mean, if I'm in the change room, I might have to have a word with him. I might have to have a word.
Pogba would have been the first person because Pogba, you know what I mean, he knows all type of languages, you know what I mean? He would have been the first one probably to bring up that situation. But like, are you saying now that you should give him a ban then? Is that what you're saying? Ban him?
I don't think it's a ban because he hasn't said it to him. He hasn't, like, remember, the people are compared to the Suarez.
Yeah, what on earth are people doing, man?
Yeah, he needs to do probation. He needs probation.
See, maybe something like that. But I don't think, or maybe if the FA want to find him a little change or whatever, so be it. I don't know, but I'm saying like a ban, that's a bit too much because I feel like the Suarez thing was completely different. That was some aggressive manner in which the racial slur was said. Do you know what I'm saying? He's saying it, and you can see. I think he put an emoji of shaking hands or something. I think he knows the guy, whatever the case may be. But again, you've got that as a 30.
Is it a bigger picture though, boss man? The whole Latin American culture we need to look at.
I don't care. Like,
I'll ban him
from black people. You know what the word means, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
The problem is we try to use education as a what's it called?
As an excuse, really.
Excuse. You know what I'm saying? We all know what times we're living in. If I go out there and I say, yo, this this white boy, this or this, da da da, whatever. If I use them type of terms, man, know what I'm doing. Do you get what I'm saying? So, and I don't, and I'm very careful about how I conduct myself in them environments. You get what I'm saying? I would never come out and say that, and he should know whether it was a mistake. I don't know his IQ, whether it was a mistake or not. You made an error in it. Like, there's no two ways about it. I'm not gonna say, pat you on the back. Don't worry, bro. I'm just gonna say to you, brother, be easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that. Fix up. Maybe his PR team needs to take a bit more care into it. I don't know. But
Also, what are you saying on this topic? You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I feel like we have to have zero tolerance when it comes to things like this, because that's the only way we're gonna get to a point where it's like, don't even come close to it. So when you're typing it and it sounds too close, you're like, and you're not on it. Zero tolerance, because a lot of the time I feel like people think that to say something you can say something racist without being racist. You know what I'm saying? I can say something without being informed that is racist to a group of people, and then you can correct me and say, right, you know what you just said was racist. It doesn't make me a racist. You know what I mean? I think that people are not separating the two. So Cavani said something racist, and for saying something racist, it's just no tolerance. You say something racist, you're getting a 3-match ban. Whether you're racist or not, that's a whole different story. But what you've said offends a group of people, and on behalf of those group of people, we're going to ban you for 3 games. If you want to get educated on it because you're not racist and you want to know why we got a zero tolerance, we can do that for you. If you don't want to get educated and you just want to sit down and stay ignorant, keep quiet, stay ignorant. But you say it again, you're going to get a ban. And I feel like we just got to have zero tolerance. Whether we understood it or not, that's not the issue, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you're driving a car in England, you don't know the speed limit, you're going to get the ban, you're going to get your 3 points. They don't care if you know it, you don't know it. This is it here. You've gone over the limit, so you're getting it. Yeah. So he has to get it. I feel because we're with United fans and we see him as a person that, he's a cool guy. Yeah. But there's people who are not United fans and they don't know about all of that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I just think he just gets his 3-game ban, get a bit of education if that's what you want. If you don't want it, just sit at home, do your thing. But yeah, man, I think he should just get the thing.
You know what I mean? We've got nearly 400 people live watching this video. Please smash a like on the video. You get me? Share the video if you can, please. Do you reckon for us this will disrupt? Like, you know what I mean? A lot of what obviously the media always want to pounce on, you know what I mean? Any kind of, scrutiny, you know what I mean? Man United, anything that, you know, is possible. You know what I mean? Is this going to affect, you know what I mean, Man United in a minute? Obviously, you know what I mean? We're not firing all our foreigners, you know what I mean? Cavani just scored a hat-trick now. No, sorry, 2 goals, you know what I mean? Influential, you know what I mean? Is this going to affect the camp in any stall for you? Or, you know what I mean? It has to be done. You know what I mean? This has to be done.
I don't think it will affect the camp like long term. Like they will get over this. Like Bossman spoke on there. Will the black players, United have a lot of black players, so they will have a word with him in some shape or form. Someone said there he wasn't being racist. It's a Spanish word. That's why when I opened up talking about it, I stated that I didn't know. I've not seen the post. I didn't know what's been said. Obviously, I don't speak Spanish. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand the context. Again, he did it with a hands emoji, where it's like racism is one of them things. Like if it sounds suspect, then you should just leave it alone. And maybe that's more careless on his part, because you have to be careful what you say on these platforms. Why do you think we're on many platforms, especially me, you, man?
Yeah, 100%.
You'll hear me pause and stop and things of that nature, because that's because I'm thinking about what I'm saying. There's certain shit. If I tweet something and it's something that's a bit, I'm like, just don't tweet this in it. It's better to be safe than sorry. You get what I'm saying?
This is
rather than go
now.
there. And
we're exposed now, aren't we?
Yeah, I have nowhere near the profile of Cavani. So someone around Cavani, or maybe even Cavani himself, should be like, maybe let's not throw the N-word out there. You get what I'm saying? Racial tensions are high in 2020. Maybe not go there. Someone said as well in it, what's it called? Somebody said in the comments as well. What was the comment I'm thinking of now? Can't even remember. Someone stated saying in the comments where I was gonna go. No, in terms of the homophobic. They say you say something homophobic is a rap, and that's why you just have to be careful about offending people. Musa touched on it. Maybe coming from culturally, if you don't know, even though it's still wrong, he made the speed limit analogy, and it's like, that's how I'm using it. Again, I don't know exactly what Cavani said, so I can't fully comment on it. But I'd say leave anything racial alone in any form of post. And that's to everybody. Don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? And don't say nothing. That's how I would go with it.
You know what I mean? And that's for me, that's the best way to kind of sum that up for me. You know what I mean? Education is key. And I feel like, you know, we need to realize that, you know, we're in a world right now where you've got to watch your tongue, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I feel like, you know, someone says here in Uruguayan, I am Uruguayan. He says, instead of saying daddy, papito, in affectionate, we say negrito. It doesn't mean the color of the person, of their race. That's nothing to do with racism. Yeah, you know what? Respect to you, Alicia. Respect to you.
That's why I said I don't know, because I don't know what that term means in it. It would take someone who speaks Spanish or is Spanish.
Yeah, she's Uruguayan, so she would know.
She would know. She's saying it's nothing to do with race. It's just the
You reckon it's just a word of the negreto? Because obviously, you know, negro, negreto.
It's the word, because once upon a time you couldn't even say Arnold Schwarzenegger around, man. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. Shout out Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? If I go to Uruguay and I say, I don't know, oh, that's sick, and sick in Uruguay means some racist word, I can't use that again.
Yes. I hear that one as well.
Where you are, you have to adapt to your environment, and that's all it is. As I said, even if you didn't mean it in that way, it's a mistake, and you just got to learn. You got to learn that that's not. You can't just go around using them words there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's simple as that. Like,
Bossman, but quick one here.
Did you say he apologized though? He has come out and apologized.
Apologized. Yeah,
but you know, he don't speak English though.
That's acknowledgement then. If he's come out and apologized, that's acknowledgement. I rate that still. I respect that if he's done that.
He's done that, but he don't speak English. Because obviously, if he's translating the word, to him in his head as he's saying it, it means I don't know, black something, or like I said, when I researched it, it seemed to be positive, not negative. Do you know what I mean? And if he's not speaking English, he's just speaking his language. He's just typing it, because if you look at it, he types out his language. You know what I mean? So that's why I say, for me personally, I'm not gonna come out and say, "Yo, my man's being racist." Like, I don't know the language, and I can't talk about it. Yes, I do agree with, like, when you made a speed limit analogy, Musa. I do agree with that 100%. You know what I mean? So if it means he has to get banned, he has to get banned. But obviously, he needs to be educated, because even when you get the speed limit, they give you an option. I can educate you, and you pay a fine, or I'll slap you 3 points. Do you know what I mean? And I think for him, it should be education and a fine, not the 3 points, not the ban. Do you know what I mean? For me personally,
I think that we've all agreed. We're not saying that he's racist. We're just saying that he said something that, if it's what it is, it deserves something, because out of your own ignorance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can be. Oh, you know what I mean. And I feel like, you know, I'm sure he would have known that word. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Suarez incident. He would have seen maybe. Come on, he's probably seen that Suarez incident. You know what I mean? With Evra, he's definitely seen the words that he's used. It's been all over the papers. You know what I mean? I thought, you know what I mean, someone with his experience would have known that. But I feel like, you know what I mean, I just want to, you know what I mean, probably end it on that bit there. You know what I mean? I want to say that, you know, Cavani, you know what I mean, he will be educated, and I feel like the right thing will happen. But I want to go back to the football there, Bossman Birdie. You know what I mean? We're going into...
He's a gunman, so big him up, man. Bad rate, come on.
Yo, listen, man.
I can't even do that celebration yet, because I'm still practicing.
Man, I was doing it, man. Come on.
I'm shooting. You know what I'm saying? Robin Hood. Man said he's Robin from the...
I'm telling you, man. You know what I'm saying? Someone give a simple chat here. Goes, keep up the good work. Saeed, cheers to the guys. Well, yo, big up as well, you, man. We've got nearly 350 people here watching live. Bossman Bird, I'm going to come to you next, man. PSG coming up, West Ham away. You know what I mean? We're talking about title talk here. You know what I mean? When you look at that squad right now, the 11 we've got right now, is it a good 11, good squad? Because there's not a lot of room for it to change. You know what I mean? You know, when you look at, if you took out Bruno, you know what I mean? Is it going to be the same? If you took out, let's say, Dolly, I mean, the way we're playing football right now is unbelievable. You know what I mean? With them kind of players, you know, what I mean? What would you do with that team? You know what I mean? Going forward, PSG game coming up. How's the overall assessment of the team?
You know, I want to back the team as much as I possibly can, but I have to be realistic. I place bets on football. I make some decent change on football. Do you know what I'm saying? So I have to be realistic in this thing here, and I feel that I look at the United team and I think he needs to. Solskjaer and his group of merry men need to focus on building a chemistry amongst these teams. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, bro. Let me beat myself.
But that's a comment about another video in it where man lost it. Manny was waved on a live stream a few days ago, like last week, and he was gone, like finished, tears rolling down his face, and that's where that's from, innit?
But
come on.
I feel like there's a chemistry that what I saw a chemistry in the game against the Turkish side. There's a chemistry that's building between Cavani and Bruno. Yeah,
Definitely.
That's gonna ooze onto the rest of the team if everyone pays attention and just accepts that. Okay, this is where like the dedication and the quality is coming from in the team. I like what Tellers is bringing on that left side. I'm actually loving what he's bringing on the left side. I hope that he adapts well. I think personally, I really like Wan-Bissaka because it's the back line that's going to give us problems. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I think Wan-Bissaka, brilliant defender, but he needs to. And this is everyone's probably saying this.
He played well yesterday, though.
Played well, but I'm saying he needs. Like, you see what Tellers is doing, where he's whipping balls in, he's making that.
Yeah.
He needs to be on that. And because he needs to be getting forward. Getting forward, he needs to come back. He needs to get back. That's the wing back game now, isn't it? Where they got to have loads of energy. You get what I'm saying? Like, you got to have that energy to get up and down. Yeah. For me, I think that going up against PSG, I think we can get a result out of them because we've got the mental strength in the sense that we've beat them a couple of times. Yeah, but it's a tough one because we can go there and the team can just fall apart. It's literally that. Like, that's the thing with this team. You cannot say, yeah, them men are gonna go in and give 100%. You can't say that. And that's what annoys me about the team. And that comes from the manager. One of you guys pointed out today saying how when players are out of position in the City team, you see Pep on the sideline like he's a friggin' like he's in an orchestra. You know what I'm saying? And that helps, bro. That helps. When you're playing football, you as you man all know, because you're running around and you're trying to get that ball and you might lose concentration. So you might need that guy on the touchline. And if you're not getting it from the group of players because they're focusing on their game as well, you need that guy on the touchline to kind of drag you back, bring you back down. You know what I'm saying? Remind you of what your role is, or that you're leaving your position too much. You know what I'm saying? And I think so that's why it's hard to gauge whether we're gonna go and give a serious performance against PSG or even a West Ham. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's difficult.
Flawless, what are you saying? You know what I mean? You love it at the minute. You know what I mean? Can we build on this? Is a team well equipped for you to kind of push on right now, or as Mo said, it's individual brilliance carrying us right now? What's your feeling of the minute?
You know the answer to that question, man. We've been here before. How many streams have we done after a good Manchester United performance to be like, have we turned the corner? Can we build on this? No, we can't. We are consistently inconsistent. If we get beat our next game against West Ham, not one of us, I can speak for all 5 of us on the stream, would be shocked by that. If we beat West Ham, then win the next game, then draw, and then beat Leipzig, then lose to PSG, or whichever way around. Like, we all know we are consistently inconsistent. So no, we can't build on this. And that falls down to the manager because the talent is there. We are, with the game in hand, we're 3 points off 4th place, I think. So imagine we had a manager of a decent quality where we could be. I'm not saying Manchester United could win the title. What I'm saying is we should be in the race with this side. This is why I'm so adamant on getting this manager out, because someone can be in the race. You know what I'm saying?
Just remember Jose's at the top and he's not moving for no one, you know.
Bro, literally, it's hurting me so much, yeah.
They'll fall
Jose's
off,
gone to another team and is about to win the league. And to do it
people are forgetting. Remember when he was at us, there was a season, it might have been his 2nd season, and people were calling us Forchester United because we were slapping teams 4-0 and that. Mourinho will fall off eventually. You get what I'm saying? And that they will fall off eventually. Yeah, use by the jokes, you know.
Yeah. As he say that, if I don't watch that, we're gonna get in the studio because they never know what they're talking about.
Yo, big up, man.
So man. So just back to my point.
Sorry, go on.
Just just back to the point. We know we consistently inconsistent and that. So we rely on individual brilliance, but we have so much individual brilliance. That's what gets us through games. We have a lot of attacking talent. I say this all the time. Look at the attacking caliber we have. Pogba didn't play, and it wasn't an issue. We still had enough.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? When Pogba's not played in the past, it was a major issue. Like, where's the creativity gonna come from? But we got Bruno, we got Donny, Greenwood, Martial, and Pogba weren't in the squad yesterday,
Yeah,
and we still look good going forward. You get what I'm saying?
Good.
We still, because we still have attack in abundance. You get what I'm saying? Our front three last season outscored Liverpool's front three, and we've added to our attacking talent with Cavani, Donny, and even Telles. Telles is a great outlet. He's another attacking outlet as well. So yeah, that's how I'm looking at it. Like, we are just consistently inconsistent. You feel me? So get this manager out and get a serious operator in, and then we're in business.
Yeah, man. Musa, what are you telling me? Like, are you happy at the minute? You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Man, listen, I keep on telling, man, you can't have form without formation, man. You cannot have form without formation.
Style.
That's it.
That's the word of the podcast. Word of the podcast.
Yeah, you cannot have form without formation.
You can see all these little one-away quotes you're jumping with them. You're gonna see them on my Twitter, bro.
I've stolen it already. I can't.
No, you can't though. Think about it. All the teams that we love and we big up about their football, they all have a formation. We know it. Win, lose, or draw, they come out in their formation and they go at it. We don't have that. That's why we're sitting there thinking, boy, can we beat West Ham? Boy, can we beat this team? Boy, because we're just thinking, what are we going next week? Are we gonna do like what yesterday? He played the diamond, then he plays the 2 and the 3 and the 1. Then sometimes it's like, what are we doing? Where are we going? This is 2 years with Ollie. We ain't got no formation. So now, we're just not gonna get no form. And because of that, we don't know if we're gonna beat West Ham. We're just sitting there thinking, right, can we beat West Ham? Who's gonna play? Like, what position? Like, is Van der Beek gonna start? Ain't he gonna start? We don't even have set players like who are just always on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, we got Bruno, we know he starts, but in the midfield, is it going to be McTominay and Fred? Is it Matic and Fred? Is it like, what's going on? We got no formation, man. So for me, we ain't going to have form. We're just going to win a couple games, lose a couple games, win a couple games, get gassed, and then we're back at it. Ollie, he's hit his ceiling, man. His ceiling was last year. The brother got third. Yeah, what else can he do after that? What else can he do after that?
Someone said in the comments, like, oh, you man are bare negative. We negative because the football's negative. The results are negative. That's why, you get what I'm saying? If United were winning, we'd all be on here singing and dancing and shit. You get what I'm saying? But because we've seen 7 years, a combination of this dross, of course we won't be negative.
We were all screaming for Donny. Yeah, remember, we were all screaming for Donny. He wasn't getting played. He's come and we're starting to see, like, the game we beat Southampton, Donny had a lot to play in that game. He done a lot. And I'm saying him being there, that the fact that McTominay, he got injured or he got sick or something, if he didn't get sick, you think my man was starting? He wasn't starting. And that's the reality of Solskjaer. That's the reality. So what we gonna do? We ain't doing nothing. I'm just watching the game. I'm getting gassed when we win, and I'm just screwing when we lose. And
bro, I'm on that train as well. You get me, bro. You just take it one game at a time. Innit?
Yeah.
You just know that. Go on, bro, sorry, man.
And that's what CJ Socials is saying. I mean, he goes crazy out 30-game season. There's not a single game where we can go into with confidence that our team will get a result, relying on masterclass. Like I said it before, man, the game with West Brom wasn't convincing. Today, we got away with it. You know what I mean? Again, against Cavani has took us out there. I understand people say it's a process. All he needs to bet his time, and he'll believe in the players and what he's got in the system. Will eventually, you'll see the fruits of it. But I just feel like, you know, you're supposed to see this every season. You're supposed to see this, you know what I mean? Like, every game. We don't see it. It's moments. Like someone says here, Moments FC. We are Moments FC. We rely on moments. You know what I mean? 2 years. Right? 2 years of moments. You know what I mean? I don't know.
The thing is, as a manager, if you need over 100 games,
you like
Moments FC, man.
It's true though. Look at it, bro. What over 100 games here, and you don't even know what your best lineup is, what your best formation is. It's a mad thing, you know. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. My man got to go, innit? Get me.
I'm telling you, man.
We need magic. That's what we need right now. We need magic. We need something.
I had to put the Bismillah yesterday. You feel me? That's how bad it was yesterday.
That is bad.
I had to give the Bismillah.
You said we're Moments FC. That is bad.
Yo,
I'll be honest with you.
I think man have to pray now. Man have to pray in situations.
Praying, man. We pray. We make it do out, man.
Yeah. But it was funny. Have you lot seen like the little clip on Vance's channel? It's like Insta.
Listen, man. I had to pray,
that's
man.
funny. After the first goal went in, my man lost it, bruv.
Was that the first goal? And the first goal.
The hell?
I mean, yeah, it was the first goal. He was like, "What you doing? What you doing?"
Yeah.
Let's go back to that De Gea goal. Let's go back to that De Gea goal. That was a good free kick, you know. De Gea done his
I
best,
don't know, you know, man. I'm not
I
having
think
that.
that was
You
a
know.
good free kick.
I'm not having that, man.
I'm
I
just
really
saying,
am not having that.
OTF Greens has said it's like you, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand that, man. There's a lot of people that say that, you know. Why would we support Man United if we wanted that to happen?
And then man is saying that Oli got his spot on. What are you talking about, brother? Like, which part did he get his spot on? We're 2-0 down at half time to Southampton. Like, I don't think people realise what I'm on. Like, are you serious? Like, come
Man
on.
said he got it.
Wake up,
Spot
man.
on. Man said he got it.
It's
Listen,
crazy.
he
This
brought
is
in Cavani because he was under pressure. Because he knows, yeah, his job is gone, bruv. He knows his job is gone.
Brother, the man knows. Half time, 2-0 down. He thought he was done.
Serious, man. You know what it is, yeah? I was a bit harsh on Flawless yesterday when I said, yeah, like, you know what I mean, credit, you know what I mean, for bringing the person on. My issue is, okay, you have credit for bringing a person on and you bring a Cavani, but you're telling me he envisaged that second half.
I wouldn't say all that. That's a bit strong. I wouldn't say he envisioned Cavani was going to come on and change it. What we have to give him
style of play.
But if a manager makes a change and that player makes a difference, the manager deserves credit for that. Because if Oli would have waited till 70th minute, 80th minute, which we've seen him do, and then brought on Cavani, we all would have been like, we're 2-0, 2 goals down. Why are you waiting so long to bring him on? He made the change early. That's something we've been very critical of with Oli in the past, especially me, is you're not proactive enough. You wait too long. Like, we're 2-0 down at half time. Go for it. Why wait to the 60th minute? How many times have we watched and seen him make changes in the 75th minute and the 80th minute when the game's done? It's like, make changes early because you have players who can influence matches. There isn't many teams in the league who can bring a player of Cavani's quality off the bench.
Come on.
And it's shown. You know what I'm saying? It's shown.
Imagine, though, 2-0 down. No Danny Ings. No Danny Ings, nothing. And we're just 2-0 down.
Yeah. Exactly.
Is that me?
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I think you got a double A, man. You got a clone in that.
Hey, Flawless is the only clone in town, boy.
We'll bring one back.
Trooper.
Yeah, we're back. We got a question here. All right. We got a question here. We got a question here. It says, when will say United are too reliant on Bruno? When does the Bruno's lovers take it to that we have a Bruno agenda? We can't have sustained success relying on one player. That's facts, Musa, man.
That's right.
We are relying on him.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
And I just feel like the way we've set up and we've continued. You have to remember, like, and this is one of the arguments that we had when all we had was Paul Pogba. We said we got no one who can get the ball from defense and bring it up to the attackers. So that was the biggest complaint. So everyone was like, Pogba needs help. But as soon as we got someone who could help him, who was Bruno, we then had to drop him back because he can play the long balls. He can do what others can't. But I think now we've got someone who can do that, and that's Donny van der Beek now. He can partner up with someone further back. He can be next to a Fred, because a lot of people didn't know he can tackle. A lot of people didn't know he was tenacious. A lot of people didn't know that he was box to box. But Van der Beek, he can do all of that. He can play next to a Fred. He can tackle. He can do better than a McTominay or whatever. We can play him that deep, and then we can get our attacking players on the field. We can choose, because I think sometimes we're too reliant on that. Martial and Rashford have to start. They both have to start. We're not on this like Rashford can be on the bench and we can play a Pogba, Bruno, and say like I don't know, like just somebody else other than but Greenwood. But the thing about Greenwood, you know why I'm a bit lost? Last year, our front three outscored Liverpool's front three: Greenwood, Martial, and Rashford. So this is why I keep on thinking, when we came into this season, we didn't have a problem up front. Why do we have a problem up front? That's why I'm nuts. Like, so if you look at the front three of Bruno, Rashford and Martial, with someone like Cavani who can show them the way, can come on in certain games, because he can't play every game. He's a bit too old for that. But if you have those young players looking up to a Cavani and they're all firing and they're doing their thing, then we have a different United. But right now, I'm looking at United like we've got problems all over the pitch. And the reality, like I said in the last podcast, is that we didn't have problems all over the pitch. You have to think, we've got a midfield, we got the front three here of Greenwood, Martial and Rashford, who outscored Liverpool's front three. And we've added Cavani on that. So we should be set up there. That's done now. Up front is done. Then we've got a midfield that was struggling without creative players. We've got Bruno, Pogba and Van de Beek, all creative players. Then we've got players who can play a bit more defensive in. We've got McTominay, whether we rate him or not, Matic and Fred. So like we've got positions covered. So our biggest problem was the defense. Looking at Maguire, I don't care how much he costs. The brother costs 80 million. He only costs 9 million less than Pogba, and we don't even give him no like. It's always Maguire and someone else. Maguire. Sometimes you just have to take it on head and say we flopped. We paid 80 million. He's not the main man. We can get better, and this is what people like Pep and that do. They spend the money. When a man flops, they just go back to the big man and say, "Look, we all make mistakes. He's not the man. He's not playing it." And then they try to get something else going. I feel like we just have to sort out our defense. You know what I mean? I think our defense has always been our biggest problem, but for some reason, we feel like we have different issues. Like if we will admit that Man United have a good squad to challenge for the league, why are we not challenging? Or do we think that we are?
That's a stopgap, though. What you know? I mean, for me, that will be the stopgap. You know, what I mean, where do people see?
Yeah, just to one of the comments where someone was like the inconsistent fans of opinion. So when we win, it's the players, but when we lose, it's Ollie. It's like me personally. No, I take it on a game by game basis. If the manager, I believe in my mind, sets up wrong and it goes wrong, even if the players make mistakes, yes, the players are to blame, but yes, also the manager's to blame. If the manager sets up in my mind and sets up right, and United win the game, then he deserves credit. I give Ollie his, even though I'm not a fan of Ollie, I give Ollie his flowers. Like Leipzig, for instance, very well. Newcastle's another one. Yeah, you get what I'm saying. But
PSG, that was all Ollie. He set up well.
On point. You get what I'm saying. But then there'll be other games where we don't. If you look at the Arsenal game and the Chelsea
my point
game,
is a bigger picture, though. My point is a bigger picture. You know what I mean? Where do we not want to be? That's my only issue. You can have these before. You know what I mean? I think some managers do this though. They have good performances. They have bad performances. A good manager levels it all up. You know what I mean? And it's most of the time very, very good. When I look at Ollie, it's 1 week good, 1 week bad. You know what I mean? 2 games good, 2 games bad. You know what I mean? You don't know where you're going. And I just feel like I don't need that in my life anymore. I've had that under Van Gaal. I've had that under Moyes. I've had that under Mourinho. I don't want it anymore. People don't realize. I don't know how young these guys are, the fans here, but I've seen this season in, season out. You know, I mean, people are thinking this come out of nowhere. I'm negative about Ollie. I've seen this season out. Listen, mate, Mourinho was scoring 4-0 every week to start 2017-18 season, and we were buzzing. Everyone said, "Oh, Mourinho in," but then they still realised
when what's his name, Matic was doing.
There you go.
Oh, never.
There you go. Then, so a lot of people don't realise that. You know what, man? The bigger picture is Ollie still for me as a Man United fan isn't the manager to take us forward right now. In a short-term solution, he might be that guy because he gives you uplifting performances. He gives you that feel-good factor. He gives you something that, you know what, yeah, man, you know what, he's not come from somewhere. He's a legend of football club. I will back him right now. But a bigger picture is, where is he taking you? Are you happy with top 4? Are you happy to get top 6? Are you happy without a trophy? If that's the case, then back your manager. But for me, you can't say to me, "Oh, back your manager," without no trophy to show for it, without, you know, a sustained style of play. You know, I mean, something to big progress. And under 2 years, we should see that, man. It's as simple as that. You know what I mean? It's no agenda. It's not good enough for me. As a manager, a long-term solution that will take us forward to win trophies is not good enough. As simple as that.
Anyone that disagrees with that is crazy, because it's the proof is in the pudding. He's had 2 years. A man said he's had 100 games. It's not like he hasn't been given money. He's been given money. The players that they wouldn't give to Mourinho, they gave to you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
you bought Aaron. You bought Aaron, you know, 55 million. Big up to Aaron, I like him. But you bought Aaron.
Big up, man.
And when he came, he was a breath of fresh air. But when you're buying a 20-year-old who's played, was it 1 season in the Prem? 1 full season?
1 season in the Prem, yeah.
Now, you're buying that guy because you're saying, I'm going to develop you into this next guy. Do you get what I'm saying? And really and truly, it doesn't seem like Solskjaer has that ability to do those things. So it's like the players that we're getting, like for instance, he would have got Jadon Sancho, and what would you have made Jadon Sancho become a Ballon d'Or contender after that? Because that's what Fergie done with Ronaldo. When we got Ronaldo was a novice. He was Bambi. yeah, and then a couple years later, this guy's a Ballon d'Or contender. He's looked at as one of the best in the world. Do you get what I'm saying? So the reality of it is that so no one's got if Solskjaer, if you, as you said, if Solskjaer had given us an identity and had shown us that, yeah, don't worry, we're going somewhere, no one would be complaining. Everyone here loves Man United regardless. No one can't ever say nothing about that.
Facts.
Everyone on this page right now loves Man United. Yeah, no one don't want to see Man United lose. But one thing I don't think anyone's gonna accept is mediocrity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No one's gonna look.
When I gave up on my man, when I knew that he bust Haaland, gave him a start, and then he couldn't get him over the line. Like you bust the brother.
Yo, Musa, sorry to cut you off. I got a salute. I got a shoot. But yo, Saeed, big up for having me United Central.
Big up, man.
100 for that. Big up in it. Obviously, I got to shoot off to go radio with that.
Yeah,
but
Pi
yo,
Radio.
man,
Make sure everyone checks it out, man. Pi Radio, 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock from a Third Eye View. Pi Radio goes live on the Pi Radio YouTube.
We're loving that, bro.
If you want to say that again, boss man.
The original thing, bro. Big up, man.
Yeah, man. Big up each and every time. Musa, Manny, salute to you, man. I'm out, man. I'll catch up with you, man, shortly.
Big up, bro.
Big up, man. Respect. Safe.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the Haaland thing. When I saw that he couldn't get that over the line, and I was thinking, like, you've got the connect. Like, every type of manager has their connects in it in their country. They get the best players in. Boom, boom, boom. You've got one of the best, players you've had in Norwegian football for the longest. You know him. You know the family. You've bust him, and you can't get him over the line. And now we're just seeing him terrorizing it in Germany. I'm just like, I don't want to hear nothing from him.
He was
man.
In the league as well. You know that boy. He was.
Yeah.
He would have come and put some damage in trust me.
Just to kind of wrap this up, Manny, you know what I'm saying? Looking forward to ahead, you know what I mean? Where do you see Man United in the next couple of games? By next podcast on Monday, where do you see Man United? Do you think we'll beat PSG and West Ham?
I genuinely don't know, bro. Wait, were you talking to me, Musa?
No, you, Manny.
Yeah. Bro, I genuinely don't know, man. I got to tell you the truth, innit? Like, with United, you just never know what United is going to turn up. Do you know what I mean? The United that we saw in the first half of Southampton, if they turn up, it's very peak. But then if the United that beat PSG turn up, then yeah, I'm all up for it. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know. There's one thing about Oli he does, yeah. When the pressure's on him, he just finds a way to get through it. So I won't be surprised if we go and beat PSG. But then I think the onus is on PSG to beat us more. So it's all, I don't know, man. I see a draw in that game. And against West Ham, I don't know. Because I remember Mark Noble bossing the midfield against us, innit? But we've got Donny now. So a draw against PSG and a win against West Ham, man.
Facts. What about you, Musa? What do you see from the two results? By next podcast.
I don't know, man. I just feel like PSG, because they have to win the game, they might suit Ollie's, counter attack. So we might get them on their counter attack just because they have to win. The onus is kind of on them to kind of turn up and win the game. And Ollie likes we got the fast players, so we might hit them a couple times as a quick smash and grab on the counter attack. And then we come to the Premier League where it's serious. And we got to turn up against these teams. We just don't turn up and again, I just don't know our formation. I don't even know who's starting next game. So it's long. Like, I can't even tell you. If you told me what you think the next team's going to be in the formation, I wouldn't know where to start. Obviously, we can say the back, but then in midfield, who's going to be up there? Then Cavani, who's playing Martial? Is it this? Is it that? Is it Greenwood? Is it I just don't know. And if I don't know who's playing, and I don't know the formation, I can't give you a score.
Facts. Bossman, what are you saying to me? You think by the next podcast, you know what I mean? What do you think where Man United could be? You know what I mean, in terms of that results? 6 points out of 6, 4 out of 6.
What we got? We got PSG.
PSG and West Ham away.
I think PSG is that Old Trafford. Old Trafford, isn't it?
Yeah, Old Trafford, PSG.
I don't think we're gonna. I don't think we're gonna win that. To be honest, I think PSG need to win that in order to make sure they can qualify, or they don't have to leave it to the wire. I would love for us to win it. I think we have a chance to win it, but I don't know if it will set up in a way, in an attacking way to put the pressure on PSG. We can't allow PSG to just be dominating the game, and I think that's what will happen. You know what I'm saying? I think we need to go out there.
So what are you saying then?
I think, I don't think we're going to win that. I think you got West Ham. The West Ham game is another tricky game. Again, I think that might be a draw, to be honest. I'll be honest.
Wow, man, that's it. You gotta be. What's the word? You gotta say how it is, man. You feel me? But yeah, man, that's been your podcast 100, guys. Can you believe it, man? 100 podcasts, 2 years. We're here, podcast 100. Big up everybody who's joined us. We got Mali in the building. We got Musa. We got Bossman Birdie. We had Flawless in the building. Obviously, you guys, Nuruddin isn't available now. He's doing a lot of charity work, so he will be back when the time is right. Nuruddin will be back. You get me? When the time is right, then you feel me. That will be right. But guys, this podcast.
Congratulations as well, Said, man. I just want to say congratulations. Big yourself up, man.
Big up,
man. Getting to the big 100, it's massive. It's
massive. Man. Big up, man. You know what I'm saying? It's been long turbulence is a long way, but we're here, man. You get me? And this podcast was sponsored by the One Football app, so make sure you, man, go download it in the description below. You get me? One of the best football apps I've been on in a while. So big up you, man. Let's say your socials from Manny. Let's start with you, bro.
Yeah, Fake Football TV, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, man. Hit me up.
Yeah, man, big up, man. Go check out his channel, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's get the subscribers up there, you feel me? Musa, pleasure to have you on there, but where can the people find you?
Resole CIC, that's the charity work, distributing shoes to the homeless and to the young people and to refugees. And obviously the YouTube channel's the same, Resole CIC. That's the work that we're doing out here, giving back to the community.
Yeah, man, come on. And obviously, people already didn't know Bossman Birdie, you know what I'm saying? You don't need no introduction. But where can I find you, bro?
Yeah, man. Twitter Bossman Birdie, and Instagram Boss Birds with a Z. Someone stole Bossman Birdie. I'm still looking for that guy, but
listen, man. He can't be doing that, man. He can't be doing that. I'm trying to say to you, big up everybody who's coming. We got Bergwa, you know what I'm saying? Big up to him. Sufyan, Safe Guys, Heru. We got the Ugly Grab, big up yourself. You get me? We got Deco as well. He said there, follow Bossman, Real G. Bossman is a legend. Big up all you guys for coming in. If you're watching this on iTunes or Spotify, make sure you go and leave a review as well on there. You get me? This will be available on Spotify and Apple, iTunes. But guys, if you're watching this after the live video, make sure to smash a like on the video. Subscribe if you are new. Roll to 25K, guys. Subscribe. So big up yourselves. And man, we'll be back for podcast 101. Let's do another 100 podcasts, and I feel like we could do it again. But guys, been a pleasure. We'll be back soon. Actually, I'll be back tomorrow with a PSG expert, a French expert on PSG. So he'll be telling me the ins and outs of PSG. That'll be tomorrow around 6 o'clock. So go check out that, guys. Tomorrow live at 6 o'clock with an expert on French football. But guys, been a pleasure. We'll see you soon, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.